Hello. In our country these days, BJP is trying to bring in the issue of uniform civil code, and BJP says that this is there in the Constitution of India. Of course, it is there, but somewhere down the line, I find that this is a paradox in itself. Why it is a paradox is because ours is a federation and not a unitary government. Ours is a federation with states having their own identity, and there is a concept of two-level governance, that is the central government and the state governments. They make laws as per their state list and then union list. The union list has no right into the matters of state list, and when we travel from state to state, we find that there is so much of difference between rules of one state to other. When we enter from one state to another, we find that in that particular state purchasing liquor was allowed, and in this state there is a ban on the liquor, and similarly there is a ban on beef in this state, and then there is beef is allowed in another state. So where is the uniformity? Actually, these things are workable in a unitary country like Bangladesh. There is no state government over there. There is just a central government, and it takes care of all the matters, even from police matters to army matters. A single government, when it makes a law, it is applied from from this corner of the country to that corner of the country. This is uniformity. Such uniformity is not workable in India. So should we remove this thing? No, we should not remove this concept of uniform civil code from India, because maybe say 100 years from now, the people 100 years from now or 200 years from now, people would make a consensus on this thing and would work upon it. We should leave it to them, and for the time being we should not interfere with the uniform civil code. Second thing is that even if this concept is there in our constitution, it is there in directive principles of the state policy. The more important thing is fundamental rights. But when we travel from this corner of the country to that corner of the country, we find that people are starving, people don't have food to eat, people don't have proper clothes to wear. There are so many people who are without any shelter, and then there are people who don't have medical aid, people don't have education. So should we leave these important things aside and ponder over things which are not so important for the time being? Another thing is that we all somewhere down the line we already have a concept of civil marriage act, civil code, that is civil marriage act, where people belonging to two different religion could go there and use this thing and get married. But this civil marriage act does not prevent people belonging to same religion. It does not prevent them to get married according to civil marriage act. So the people who support this BJP agenda that there should be one law in one country, why do they use this Hindu marriage act when they marry? Why don't they directly go there and avoid Hindu marriage act and register their marriage according to civil marriage act? But they would not do this. And I would also like to say that Muslim personal law is was brought up in 1930 and 1938, which was a British era. But after independence, there came the concept of Hindu codes in 1915, 1952. Number of various Hindu laws were adopted, like Hindu Marriage Act, Hindu Divorce Act, Hindu Adoption Act, Hindu Succession Act, Hindu Joint Family Act, which are related to business things. So there is already the concept of there is this concept of Hindu personal law, and no Muslims could take any facility from these things. Only Hindus are governed as per this law. So why should we interfere in this issue and bring stress in our country? Everything is going fine. Muslims are following Muslim law, and Hindus are following Hindu laws. Why should we interfere this fine working? Another thing is that in Pakistan, I would like to give this example. In Pakistan, which declared itself as an Islamic country, it recently bought Hindu personal law for its Hindu minorities, and we all welcome that. Actually, that was a very great thing. It was very late, but a lot of Hindus over there could now use those personal laws and make their lives better. We all supported it. We all, we all were very happy. But the amazing thing in this thing is that the BJP supported the concept of Hindu personal law in Pakistan. The paid channel who, whole day they go on to say Modi, Modi, BJP, BJP, they all showed this thing in a positive light. Obviously this thing was really great, but when same concept is talked in India, these very people said that there should not be personal laws, there should be only civil code. So how can they support Hindu personal law in Pakistan and avoid Muslim personal law in secular India? So all this thing is BJP tactic to gain votes. We should not fall prey to this thing. We have been taught this thing right from the school that ours is a country where there is unity in diversity. People are divorced and yet they are united when it comes to India. So why should we disturb this atmosphere of harmony and peace? We are successful since independence. There is no problem. So why should we interfere in this thing and bring in the concept of uniform civil code, which will create stress in our society, which will create problems and disharmony, intolerance in our country, and will India will have to face a lot of problem. So in the interest of India and for the betterment of our society, we should think over it calmly without any prejudice, and should think over it that these things are not important for India right now, and we should leave these things aside and work on the things which are more important. I just want to say this much. Thank you.